Choosing the right sponsor at eXp is one of the single most important aspects about joining this brokerage. In this video, I'm going to show you the top 5 most important things to look for in a sponsor when choosing this brokerage and 3 things to look out for. Hi, this is Dan with eXp Realty and the Level 10 coaching program. I help agents fix the pain points in their business and help them increase their production and enjoyment levels through social media and top-tier coaching. If you're looking to level up your business, let's schedule a private one-on-one conversation just by clicking on that link below, and we'll explore where your business is at and how me and my team of coaches can take your business to the next level. Okay, let's get into this week's episode. So right off the top, what exactly is a sponsor? Well, quite simply, this is the person who introduces you to eXp and whose name you put down on the application when you're joining. Why this person is so important is that they should unquestionably have your success within the brokerage and as a realtor be their number one priority. This is because of the brilliant revenue share program that has been created within eXp, where the person who sponsors you will get a portion of the revenue that eXp receives. They literally earn a part of eXp's revenue by helping you become a better producer. That's why it's called revenue share. You see, this puts you and your sponsor into a financial alignment. The more you succeed, the more they succeed. And if you're not familiar with eXp's revenue share program, I'm going to put a link on this video so you can check out another video that I created that talks all about it and explains it in detail. Now, real quick here, I want to share my story about how I chose my sponsor to give you a bit of insight into the thought process that you can have when making this very important decision. You see, even before I joined eXp, I was paying for coaching. I had a real estate coach and I actually had a Google AdWords coach and as well as a YouTube coach. This was 2 people, but 3 different areas of expertise. Paying monthly for these guys was unquestionably worth it because my business actually doubled the year I was paying these guys thanks to their input and their brilliant coaching. Now, halfway through that same year, the brokerage I was with prior was actually being bought out by a bigger company whose vision and branding and just overall future outlook I just did not align with. And so I decided I had to go somewhere else. And it was at that point when my now sponsor mentioned and said, look, because of the way that the model works at eXp, if you come over to eXp with him as my sponsor, all the money that I was paying annually for coaching, they said they would do it for free. They would stop billing me for coaching. I'm like, well, why? How could you even do that? He's like, well, because again, of the revenue share program and because of a portion of my production that goes to eXp, they end up ultimately paying the sponsor. So they would financially benefit from me being underneath them. And they would do so to a degree that they didn't have to ask me for any money for coaching. And because my coach's coach is right above him, they both benefit financially from helping me. So a bit of an insight into how it can work and as to why the people above you are going to want to help you with no additional financial burden to you. So now that you have a bit of an understanding as to why I chose my sponsors the way I did, use that as a reference point and let's get into the, again, top 5 things you need to look for when choosing a sponsor at eXp. First and foremost, your sponsor must truly be out for your success. Okay, you want to make sure that you are discussing your 1, 2, 5, and 10-year goals with your sponsor and make sure that they genuinely want to help you achieve those. Ask them straight up. How are you going to help me get X? How are you going to help me get Y? If you are looking to be a top producer, great. How are they going to help you? If you want to go into the luxury market, awesome. Do they have experience there and can they get you there? Are you looking to build the most popular YouTube channel in existence? Great. How are they going to help you get there? Whatever your goals are, they must be aligned and of course attainable by your sponsor. If they have no idea what YouTube is, but you want to be the top YouTube producer, maybe you got to keep looking elsewhere. Number 2 is making sure that you align with where that agent is within their current career and their path to growth and vision of the future. See, what I mean by that is, let's say your sponsor is a solo agent and they want to be a solo agent forever, but you have a big dream of building a 10 or 15 or 100 person team. If that person's never built it and they don't have the roadmap to get you there, again, maybe not the perfect alignment. So you want to make sure the person that you're choosing as your sponsor has done what you were looking to do before, or they are aligned with people that are willing to help share, again, the playbook to help you get there. Now, on top of building teams or being a top producer, do they actually care more about everything else that's going on in your life? Do they care about your health? Do they care about your family? See, EXP and sponsors are more than just making sure you're a top producer. Make sure you align with somebody who truly cares about you, wants to know about your family, wants to know about your family's goals, your legacy, and are going to help you take the steps to obtain those goals. Ideally and realistically, you're looking to align with somebody who wants you to have a fulfilled life. This is so much more than just production. EXP and your sponsor can make you a high producer, but when you understand what is behind all that and how much bigger things can be and how much more vital it can be to your life and your family's life, that's when things get exciting with your sponsor and, of course, with EXP. Here are 3 quick and easy questions you can ask your potential sponsor and see what their answers is to see if it aligns with you. Number 1, how can you make me more money? Number 2, how can you reduce the amount of stress that I have in my life? And 3, how can you help me better manage my time? By finding out their answers to those questions, I think you'll have a pretty good idea if you're aligning with that sponsor or not. Number 3 is to make sure that they understand the EXP model in depth. EXP has many, many layers and many, many attributes that are really going to help you grow your business. And if your sponsor doesn't thoroughly understand the magnitude of them all, then there's a good chance you might miss out on some of these huge benefits. So make sure you find out, do they truly understand the RevShare program? Do they understand the healthcare plan that is offered there? Do they understand their partnership with Curbio? What about express offers? What about express payouts? What about the stock plan? All these things are super vital to you and your growth and your future and your income levels. So just make sure that the sponsor that you're talking to knows the EXP model inside and out. Number 4, do you like them? It's kind of a funny story, but I've heard way too many times about people that are brought into EXP by someone that just happened to run into them at an open house or whatever, tell them a bit about it, they join EXP, and they basically never hear from them again, or that person just won't even answer their phone call anymore. It's a bit heartbreaking because, again, it's so important, and you can lose out on so much if your sponsor isn't out there to help you. So ask yourself, do you actually like the person that you're talking to? Do you trust them? Do they seem like good, genuine people? Because realistically, you're going to be given the opportunity to grow with them. You see, EXP is the fastest growing brokerage in history, and things are getting really exciting here. They've got a lot of conferences going on each year. They just had one down in Las Vegas called EXPCon. They've got shareholder summits over in Orlando, and these things are beginning to grow and grow and grow. And what I'm saying here is, if you're going to be out and about at these, you're likely going to see your sponsor. How great would it be to organize things in advance with your sponsor and ideally your downline as well? I mean, we're talking about dinners and memorable events and all sorts of things that you can do together. So much more enjoyable and rewarding than being disconnected from your sponsor and never really planning things down the road together. You're literally trying to create a bit of a family here. And this brokerage and this model definitely allows for that. Definitely save the best one for last. And number 5 is a pro tip that you very well will not likely hear from most other people at EXP. And there's obviously a reason for that. But number 5 is know the entire 7 layers of your upline. What's an upline? Well, the way the model works at EXP is there's going to be you coming into the program, into the brokerage. And like I talked about, the person right above you is your sponsor. Well, your sponsor had a sponsor, and so on and so forth. And that goes 7 layers deep. And when I say 7 layers, that's because the revenue share program that financially aligns you with the other agents within the brokerage goes 7 layers deep, because that's the way they built it, and money is finite. It can't go on forever. This isn't a pyramid scheme. So knowing the sponsor of your sponsor of your sponsor and all the way up 7 layers deep is so important because, again, of that financial alignment, the 7 people above you want to see you succeed. They are out for your success. So have that same phone call that you're having or meeting or coffee or whatever with your potential sponsor. Have it with all 7 people in your potential upline so you can get a thorough understanding of the offering that each person can give you. See, imagine if your direct upline is a mega team, and that person can teach you how to be a mega team and also obviously be a high producer. Then over here, you've got someone who's maybe a pro at social media, and their sponsor is a professional at YouTube, and his sponsor is a professional at Google AdWords. And all of a sudden you find out these 7 layers of immense benefit. That's super important. And that's what's going to make you fast track and surround yourself with really, really successful people. And of course, get to your levels of success even quicker. There's going to be far more opportunities if your upline are active producers and people who are well engaged in the growth mindset. See, imagine you found a sponsor and they seemed great, but then you found out the person above them is retired and the person above that only does 2 deals a year and the person above that doesn't even really care anymore. Whatever it is, you've basically lost the opportunity to benefit from 7 layers of people that want you to succeed. So as you can understand, super pro tip and super important. I mean, who else is out there telling you you have to interview 7 people before you know if your one sponsor is the right one for you? At the end of the day, do a gut check. Is the person that's trying to be your sponsor just looking out for themselves, or are they like us, where we're truly looking to build lifelong relationships, lifelong friendships, help you crush your goals, and create life-enhancing experiences together? You see, this is not about just aligning with a brokerage. It's aligning with a group of professionals that you feel will help you grow and attain a level of success that you want. Look for a group, look for a sponsor that asks you, what do you care about? You don't want to be hearing just all the blah, blah, blah benefits of EXP from somebody. That means they're not caring about you. It's easy just to ramble those off, but you want your sponsor to be asking who you are and what your most important aspects of success are and what they look like, and of course, how we can help you obtain them. All right, now I want to touch on 3 elements that you really want to be careful of when choosing your sponsor. Now, obviously, the opposite of the top 5 things I just mentioned are true. If anybody has the opposite of the benefit, you'd want to look out for that. But here are 3 more. Any sponsor that tells you you have to pick a sponsor that's within the same city or town as you, look out for that. EXP is a global brokerage, and the big heavy hitters, the entrepreneurs, the truly successful, they're also thinking globally. It's not wrong to have a sponsor in your city, but it's also not wrong to look outside of that as well. There are so many global benefits here to having sponsors that are out of your town, out of your province, out of your state, out of your country. Just understand the other things that I mentioned are far more important than having someone nearby that you can go drive and have coffee for. There are so many great ways to communicate, to connect, to succeed together where you don't have to physically be right beside each other. It's 2022. Come on. We know what it's like out there these days. Number 2 thing to look out for is to make sure the sponsor that you're interviewing is utilizing their upline. And again, I kind of touched on it earlier, but if they are not utilizing their upline, if they're not talking to the 6 people directly above them, then they don't truly understand the benefit of the model, or maybe they got sponsored by people who just don't have a value add that, of course, will be passed on to you. And the number 3 thing to look out for is somebody who's not actively involved in EXP. And what I mean by that is this is the fastest growing brokerage in history, and there are all sorts of growth opportunities that are happening. Is your sponsor going to the conferences? Are they talking to management? Are they integrated within the culture? If you find a sponsor who is, you're definitely going to find there's a much more long-term alignment there, and of course, benefits. I think also as a bonus one is make sure your sponsor is somebody who is in real estate full-time. Just like any professional that you're going to ask to work with or hire or whatnot, if you found out they were just a part-timer or a hobbyist, you would probably look for somebody who was doing this full-time. So make sure your sponsor is full-time, whether full-time production, full-time attraction, whatever they are. Maybe they're renovators, maybe they're developers too. But again, if they align with you, make sure they're doing it full-time and they're committed, because again, I think you fully deserve to be working with people who are also fully committed. Thanks again for watching. I hope this made a lot of sense. Again, I would love to have a conversation with you. It's private, it's one-on-one. Just click on that link below. It's my Calendly. Pick a time for us to talk, and I'd love to explore your business more and see if my group of coaches are the right ones to help you go to the next level.